Tesla stock is up in the pre-market a little over 1.25%, sitting at $209 per share. For the week, down almost 1.75%, 8.5% for the month, and year-to-date down over 15%. As we head into December, I really don't expect this trend to change too much. But unless I miss my guess, October's gonna hold fireworks. Not just the 10/10 event, but I expect Tesla's Q3 earnings results to be a big one. A restoration, if you will, of growth in years past.
$1 trillion of CapEx is what we see from an AI perspective over the next 3 years. You go back 6 months ago, we thought that was $500 billion. And so every quarter, if you look at the underlying demand, not just from hyperscalers, but eventually what's going to be other enterprises, it's just starting. So all of our checks are showing demand's actually continuing to accelerate. You know, as Farrell talked about, yields are improving from a production perspective, that they're the only game in town.
I think the long-term play, and there's the near-term, and that's what's the vortex that's going around Nvidia today. And I generally react to a view of where the world is going. In the case of with Nvidia, it's a belief, a strong belief. I'm staking my career that AI is going to be have a bigger impact than the internet.
A lot of the news cycle is dominated by Nvidia, and rightfully so. Much like Gene here, I'm all in on AI, particularly Tesla's FSD software. As much as Tesla is vertically integrated, they're still using Nvidia chips, mainly because, like Dan and I have said, they're the only game in town. I'm not sure when someone's gonna come along with a better pick or shovel in order to mine the new gold that we call AI. I'm just betting on the company that's going to benefit from the utilization of these chips. And without a shadow of a doubt, that's going to be Tesla. This is what will set Tesla apart no matter where they are or what they decide to do.
I think we spoke with BYD earlier in the week. To your point that overseas, that's where the margins are. And I think Stella Lee mentioned that at some point, they do see sales, overseas sales, to make up half, if not more than half of their total revenues. When do you see that happening for BYD? In other words, when does BYD become a proper global automaker?
Yeah, that's a $1 billion question. I would say, yeah, we do spend a lot of time talking and researching about the EV going global and BYD being a key player. So we've been more focusing on the China brand, who is a Chinese management operation and their global footprint. So as far as we can see, the global going global story is really breaking down into two parts: the localization and the export. Okay. So the companies who has been championing the localization, which will help them better mitigate the potential tariff and the trade environment risk, would be the one who is most favorable, and that's BYD. So BYD just completed their Thailand plant by the end of first half, and their Brazil plant will be coming online next year. Indonesia plant the year after. They are also kicking off 2 plants in Hungary and Turkey in Europe. So they are in one of the best shape to tackle the global opportunity. Although we're conscious of the complicated and challenging trade environment, we would say the key focus would be the emerging market, namely ASEAN, South America, and the Middle East.
Okay. Tesla is the best battery electric vehicle maker on the planet. But BYD, they're doing some amazing things and starting to spread around the globe. I kind of wish our legacy auto manufacturers here in the United States could take a page from their book. But that's another story for another time. BYD opening up factories in Asia, South America, Europe. This is the game plan that I expected for Tesla a few years ago. But things change. This AI revolution that many analysts are betting their careers on cannot go unnoticed. Instead of building the machine that builds the machine all over the globe, it's imperative that they get this AI portion right. And while BYD is going full steam ahead, producing as many cars as they possibly can, Tesla remains flexible.
Domestically though, when do you think this price war, are you seeing signs of it easing already?
Yeah, that's another $1 billion question. I would say we're currently in process of the China EV consolidation. We see that happening. The top 10 market players market share has been concentrated to 80% from 70% in the past 2 years.
Wow.
So we are in the middle of that.
There's over 400 battery electric vehicle companies in China. There is no way all of them can survive. 80% of the EV production is in the top 10? And even in those 10, there's not a lot of money being made.
The sector EV leaders used to comment 24, 25, 26 could be 3 years of consolidation. We are probably right in the middle of that. So I would argue in the process of consolidation, it's a temporary value destroy for the sector until we reach the inflection point. So before that, I would say pricing pressure is part of life now, but pricing war is on and off. We had it on for the first quarter. After BYD had the Glory version, which is a budget version introduced, that has been pressure on most of the market player, which they're price taker. But in the second quarter, we see that tactic has been working, and they're introducing the new technology, increasing the pricing power. So the market leader don't have to do that. When you launch a new model, you tend to be more disciplined in the channel discount. And we're talking about the demand dynamic should be picking up with more government support and the pent-up demand to be released. Usually when the demand dynamic trending well, the pricing pressure tend to ease temporarily. So I think the pressure is constant until we reach the inflection. But in the near term, we indeed are sailing into a better pricing dynamic chapter for the next months.
When Tesla releases that next generation model, competing in that lower price point, I wonder what it's going to do to the price dynamics. I know one thing, it's going to accelerate that consolidation period. Many of the Chinese EV players just simply won't be able to compete. In conclusion, this AI thing, oh yeah, that's just getting started, folks. Trillions of dollars being spent in order to capitalize on this gold rush. The month of October will see Tesla's vision for AI, in addition to a rebounding of their automotive figures on their earnings report. Factor in Tesla Energy and the new products down the pipeline, Tesla is well on the path to being the most valuable company in a decade's time. I am shocked that TSLA is still hovering around $200 per share. While it's down here, your boy plans to scoop up as many Tesla shares as I possibly can. That's all I've got for you today. Be easy. Bird.